One other thing going on right now, speaking of TNA, and this is the only transition I have to TNA, so we have to go to this right now. John Morrison, of course, we've been talking about it over and over again. Apparently leaving WWE. Everybody keeps talking about how he might not. He keeps getting a push. Then he definitely is, but then Vince wants him, but then he doesn't. It's going in circles and everything like that. Now, I'm hearing right now that not only has he left WWE, but both he's going to TNA as well as he's going to try to be an actor, as well as he's not leaving WWE and he's going to be back even at WrestleMania. And the thing that's confusing me about this is they didn't seem to be booking this the way that they normally would somebody leaving WWE. The way that he left is not at all what I pictured what would be his last match.
He
Now, there
got
were rumors.
destroyed.
He got destroyed, but at the same time, there were rumors that he was going to get destroyed by Brodus Clay and he was just going to get, just his ass whooped the whole time, and then that would be it. But in this, they actually they went out of their way to make Morrison seem like he was above that. And that's the thing that's confusing me because they did that little part right there where the Miz attacked him, and that's always like, why couldn't Miz have just beat him clean if they want to put him over and everything like that? But then he goes to the back, and then he comes back out to wrestle, and then he starts actually putting up a good fight against the Miz. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's my judgment being clouded because I'm a Morrison fan and I want him to stay in WWE. But I'm starting to think that there's actually a little bit more to this idea of him staying
Yeah,
or
and
taking time off and kind of doing what Jericho does and Big Show every once in a while, where he gets away from wrestling a little bit and then comes back maybe like a year from now or something like that. You know what I mean?
and
I
I
think
don't I
once he
don't believe they did
realizes,
the future endeavored message on the site either.
No, I haven't seen that. I mean, they might have, and I might have missed it. But
Well, they didn't do it for Jericho either,
no,
which
but
means
Laurinaitis did one. He did one in sort of like promo to get himself over, but he's god awful.
yeah. So I don't think I think he's like you said, he's taking time off, and he probably needs it. He's been wrestling nonstop since he was Bischoff's lackey, and Bischoff hasn't been with the company for a while when he
Yeah,
was
but
doing the Nitro thing.
at the end of the day, though, there's not. He needs to really leave the company anyway because he's got to let some of the heat that Melina put on him cool down.
right.
If he doesn't do it, he's going to end up in the same position that he's always been in, and it's quite, it's a huge shame, really, because he's such a talented worker, but there's nothing else there apart from the fact that his girlfriend went around shagging everything with two legs and a gut.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm thinking the best course of action for Morrison, if he does want to return to WWE, and from what I'm hearing, WWE actually wanted to keep him, and it was his decision to leave. So then that obviously leaving on those kind of terms, they would be more willing to bring it back than some of the other people where you fire like a Snitsky and it's like don't ever come back. Um, I'm thinking the best course of action for Morrison, if he wants to return to WWE, he takes his time off, maybe about 5, 6 months, something around that time. He misses out on the WrestleMania payday, which is obviously one of the big benefits of being on the roster. But at the same time, they're always really hurting for people after WrestleMania. And it seems like if you don't return around a little bit after the Royal Rumble time and they make you a priority for WrestleMania, then your best time to return is a little bit into like the end of the spring, because then they're going to be pushing all the people. Undertaker's going to be taking time off. A couple other people are going to be resting up. I'm pretty sure that John Cena is going to want some time off because he's going to have been working his ass off these couple months with The Rock. So they're going to be looking for some more people. Morrison could fill one of those spots.
I think once they had all that talk going on about the cruiserweight title at one point and bringing it back, Morrison would have been, in that position to be on top of the cruiserweight division in WWE if they actually were going to follow through with that. But now he's in a certain position where if he's gone for too long, it's going to probably hurt his chances more than if he's only gone for about a year. Because
Go ahead.
yeah, it's because like the more he goes, the less relevant he's going to be.
Mhm.
Because let's face it, he's not really gonna actually make a go at this acting thing. You know, there's about 20 or 30,000 guys who look like him. He's got a very generic look, apart from the killer abs.
I'm hoping the fact that the WWE had him get more or less squashed by Miz, who was a main eventer. It kind of was a sign of good faith. Like, look, if you come back, you'd be facing the Miz, not just being put out by Brodus Clay, who will not. I can't see elevate to the main event level to the point where it would benefit Jomo. But I
Bruce
was
was in a
hoping
horror
the Miz.
film. Just saying, it could be main eventer.
It only
That's
took
Todd's
Kane
right.
15 years, but
But I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens with this Morrison stuff. Of course, I don't want to see him go to TNA unless the only option is for him not to be wrestling anymore. I want it in WWE, and then if he has to go to TNA, then he has to. But
plus,
Please no.
if you leave WWE and go to TNA, you kind of get like that mark on you when you come. If you
TNA
come
is
back.
like where WWE gimmicks go to die.
Yeah. The only one I've seen to come back and actually do better when they went to TNA and then come back to WWE was Christian. But that was probably because Edge was like, look, I'm leaving. I've done a lot for you. Throw this guy a bone.
what about Jeff
Please.
Hardy?
I don't know what the fascination is about him.
Well, Jeff left, went to TNA, came back, won like what 3 world titles, then
Gained more of a
decided
drug habit.
that was it, and went back to TNA, and
But like
Got
that's
done
all
for
she wrote.
trafficking.
they
Got done for
completely
like
shafted
trafficking
Gale.
prostitutes. Was it trafficking drugs? Oh, okay.
Oh, a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know. Well, I asked Matt Hardy. Well, he's probably not in the right mind to do it.
Selling his ass for coke. That was
Yeah.
it.